There's still major anger about how the left-leaning media covered the Tea Parties earlier this week. One confrontation that was aired involved CNN reporter Susan Rogen.
I think you get the general tenor of this. It's anti-government, anti-CNN, since this is highly promoted by the right-wing conservative network Fox.
Okay, but later, when CNN's cameras were off, this confrontation was captured by a civilian.
You are not talking to regular mainstream people. You picked people to talk to.
That's right. That's right.
I don't have a sign. You're not talking to him. You didn't talk to him. He doesn't have a sign.
Why don't you tell me why you're here?
We're here because we are sick and tired of the government taking our money and spending it in ways that we have no say in.
What if someone said to you, well, your elected officials voted for this stimulus package?
They all need to be thrown up. They're all Congress. It's not just, this is not just Democrats. It's not Republicans. It's all of them. All of them. Are you trying to play stupid?
You know, you really don't need to be so antagonistic.
Well, but we have watched what you've been doing here, and it's not fair.
Talking to people who are holding signs, I'm going to say the majority of the people here have signs.
Did you look at his sign?
I looked at every sign that was in our field of view.
Okay. This is not about Republicans and Democrats. This is about the government stealing our money.
The chant there was "You spin," and obviously very impassioned by that woman to the reporter, Miss Rogen. Joining us now from Washington, former CNN anchor and current Fox News star Greta Van Susteren, who you can see on the record at 10, as you know. Now, you worked at CNN, which is why I asked for you to come on the program tonight, and I don't think CNN is nearly as bad as NBC News, who are hateful. They're hateful toward the Tea Party people and anybody who disagrees with their far-left vision at NBC. CNN is left-leaning, no doubt, and they are condescending sometimes. But do you think that the people were taking it out unfairly on Ms. Rogen?
I don't know whether they're taking it unfairly, but you say that MSNBC and NBC are more hateful. I actually find it very unattractive for a reporter to be condescending. So maybe that isn't as bad as being hateful, if indeed they are hateful. Look, this reporter is acting like a rookie. She's not out there gathering facts. I don't know this reporter. She wasn't there when I was at CNN. There are some world-class reporters, and I don't want to ruin someone's career by saying someone's a world-class at a competitor, but Candy Crowley would never have done that. This woman either was over her head, or she doesn't get what the job is, or she's taking marching orders from management to make this showbiz and not reporting.
Now, did you feel that Ms. Rogen did anything wrong out there, or was it just she just handled it, the tone was wrong?
You know what? I actually do think she did something wrong, Bill, because I don't think she understands the First Amendment. And these people, whether you agree with the protesters or not, whether it's Code Pink or people protesting taxes or overspending, they have a First Amendment right to protest. This isn't about taking sides. It's about a recognition of a First Amendment right. And I thought that when she got out there and she made that sort of slap at Fox News, and incidentally, I don't know if it's true, but I heard that she once applied for a job at Fox News, so maybe she has an added reason to dislike us. I don't know if that's true or not, but if this woman has a grudge against us, I mean, this was this woman being a total rookie. And not understanding that people have a right to protest, not just a right; it is a constitutional right to seek to redress.
I think that's the major point. Look, we have Code Pink on here, as you know, all the time. Medea Benjamin's always welcome here, and we have a spirited debate with Mr. Benjamin. I mean, the last time about Afghanistan and the women there, but we're not arrogant toward them. We're not dismissive of them. We think they're misguided.
We're also not vulgar. Wait a second. There's another thing, too, is that many of the networks are being vulgar towards the protesters.
But that's an NBC-driven thing. That was NBC-driven.
Well, no, but
I know Anderson Cooper
they don't have a monopoly on that.
No, Anderson Cooper picked it up, but I was surprised because Mr. Cooper usually doesn't do that stuff. He's usually not that way. But Greta, you got to be honest here. NBC was all day long with that obscene stuff. I mean, it was
Well, with all
appalling.
due respect to you, Bill, with all due respect, I'm not watching it, so, I mean, I don't know. But let me tell you one thing. All right, let me tell you one thing. The reason that MSNBC and CNN are at the bottom when it comes to the number of people watching is because when you are vulgar and disdainful of the viewers, that is sending a message: we don't care about you. We're not interested in recovering the facts.
And that's the
problem that...
All right, last question. That's absolutely right, what you just said, 100% right. Do you think that the failure of those two networks, losing hundreds of millions of dollars because of the failure, is driving the hatred, or is it ideology, Greta?
I think that they are frantically trying to rescue their viewership, which is completely gone. I think they're utterly desperate and trying to make it more showbiz and ginning it up. And it really is troubling to me because, frankly, Bill, there are many fine journalists at both institutions, but I think management, I don't know if this is my imagination, that management is trying to make them into showbiz to show nothing but disdain for the people, the real people. Let me tell you, I picked Candy Crowley as a sample. Candy Crowley has been on the road covering politics for years. She goes out and talks to people and meets people and knows them. When you sort of throw these rookies out there and you have them sort of engage in fights like that, they don't really understand that people do have real grievances, whether you agree with them or not.
Right.
They have a right to present them.
All right, Greta, we'll see you at 10. Thank you. Plenty more ahead as the Factor moves along this evening.